This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No.
Y'all,
This
just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
Getting some notes over here on some names I have to say later.
Yes.
And I probably won't say them
It's
right, Karen.
Tori.
It's Monday.
Tori.
With an I, right?
With a Y. With a Y.
You're still Tori with an I on my phone.
Tori with an I is very different than Tori with a Y,
I know.
just so you know.
I've never changed it.
It's like Erica with a K or a C. They're just different types of people.
Yeah,
Good
that's
point.
true.
It's Monday. Let's do it. Welcome to DBL. Britney Spears is speaking out about her divorce. Over the weekend, Britney posted a bunch of videos on Instagram, like this one of her dancing. In the caption, she wrote, she was a little shocked, but said she's not here to explain why, because it's honestly nobody's business, and that she couldn't take the pain anymore. It looks like it from that video. She also posted a video of her apparently topless in bed. Ooh, and later shared this video showing a man licking her leg. There you go. And being held up by a group of shirtless men. In the post, she wrote, I invited my favorite boys over and played all night. What does that mean?
Can I ask a question? I'm not saying this is the same, but I'm going to ask it. Sofia Vergara broke up with Joe I can never say Manganiello.
Manganiello?
Whatever.
Close
Joe
enough.
M.
Speaking of the names I have to pronounce.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And she posted a really sexy photo of her in Italy, I think, and had her, beautiful body out.
The lemon picture?
Yeah. And she,
I didn't know
was
she was at a dinner table.
No. She was in a bathing suit and she was on with
By a pool.
By a
eating.
pool on a chaise lounge, and she was like this. Is that so different?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to pose that as a
Then
question.
inviting 4 shirtless men
No, we
over.
don't know if those men are gay and her
licking
gay
your
friends.
leg?
No, it just.
I'm just saying, her posing nude and representing herself in a sexual way as a single woman, is that not the same? It's not done well. But is it not the same as anyone else posing like a Kardashian after they get broken up to be like, look at me?
Nobody's licking their leg.
Yeah.
You think
She's put, when life gives you lemons, Sofia Vergara,
Right.
you make lemonade.
Right.
Showing off her maybe, she's sexy body,
Right.
right? Nobody's licking her leg.
So is that
and
the big
having
issue?
men
Is like,
carry you around. Do you think it's the same in your mind? I don't think so.
I just wonder if the same idea is, I'm just trying to show off my body in a sexual way because I'm single now and I'm trying to show it off. Do they have anything in common?
I think what you're doing, it reminds me of my cousin Vinny when he said, the playing card, you're innocent, so the defense is going to try and show you the card from every angle except what it is. And Tori, I think because you like Britney and I like Britney, we're looking at every angle of this card for, well, maybe the lighting, and maybe those are her friends, and maybe they were actually just helping her move furniture, or maybe it was hot outside, so she took her pants off. This looks like somebody that's going through an episode in real time. That's not my expert opinion. That's just somebody that's been on the planet for 46 years, that has met thousands of people and have had people close to him that have had such experiences. So when people like myself speak up, it's not out of hate or judgment. It's because I'm scared, and it's sad for me to look at that, Erica.
I just didn't know if it's hypocritical.
Really sad.
That's all.
I'm going to go back to what I said before. I don't think that people really care. And the reason why it's clear to me in this situation is because no one had any problems when she was being carried around and licked at 15, 16, 17 years old before she was ever legal. Now she's doing it on her own accord, and now everybody's scared. It's a big issue. I don't know what Britney's situation is, and none of us know what Britney's situation is. I will say, out of the thousands of people that you have likely met, and out of every person that we've ever met, very few of us have encountered a Britney Spears. That is a very unique situation. I'll say, as a woman who went through a divorce and completely lost myself in it, sometimes you do things that are out of character. I'm not saying that Britney is 100% like whatever it is.
Yeah,
I'm not
me neither. I'm just posing the question.
I'm not diagnosing anything. But I can certainly think about when I finally was by myself after a divorce, y'all wouldn't have recognized me. I didn't recognize myself. So I'm not exactly alarmed that she's like inviting her besties over, or whoever these besties of the week are, having a good time, getting licked. Sounds like a very typical post-divorce strategy.
I do have a question.
Yeah, but not with everything leading up to that. I get what you're saying, to be out of character, like Sophia wants to post that's fine. Not when you do that every single weekend, and then you get divorced and now people are licking you. She's had some questionable posts the past decade. So it's not like we're just pulling this out and be like, hey, where'd this come from?
Right, no, I know. It's not a same equivalency, which is why I'm saying that as posing the question. I agree with you. There's some troubling parts there. But if her topless part was done with more production, I'm just showing the hypocrisy of the two of them. That's all.
Let me ask you this, Erica, because I'm genuinely curious. If Tory, God forbid, broke up with the wonderful Mr. B, I don't know if you say his name on TV.
Brooks?
Yeah, there we go. Mr. B sounds like a children's cartoon.
It's weird. He's in my imagination.
And you checked her Facebook, her Instagram Live, and she had posted that exact same video. They just switched Tory out for Britney. What would you do?
I would call Tory and be like, hey, what's up? You want to come over?
Why would you do that?
Because that would be out of character for Tory.
Oh, okay, so this behavior isn't. I guess it is.
It's not.
It's not. She does this every day.
That would be out of character for Tory.
But it's out of character, and the character is that she is not in her right mind.
We don't know. I mean.
Right? That's the context.
I would be asking because I also know that at the end of the day, it's none of my business. Tory can answer or not answer. Knowing Tory, she probably would not answer the phone call.
I answer.
But she could answer, could not answer. She could be responsive to what I'm saying or not be responsive to what I'm saying. And I have enough depth of knowledge being in situations like that to know, like, I tried to be what I considered a friend in the moment. That may not have been what Tory needed or wanted or appreciated in the moment. Now I have to let Tory be Tory. I can't be like, I can be worried for Tory, but I have a personal relationship with Tory. And I'll think about Tory for the rest of the week.
We've said Tory's name way too many times, so let's get out of here.
I love it.
Let's put this one to bed. We'll talk about it later in the week. Taylor Swift fans were in a frenzy over the weekend in Long Beach Island, New Jersey, where she attended her friend's wedding. So her longtime producer, Jack Antonoff, that was one of the names we went over earlier, married Andy McDowell's daughter, Margaret Qualley. Yay, got one right. 1 for 2, 50%. Taylor was spotted with other guests like Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz. Fans also flocked outside a restaurant where the wedding reception was held, waiting to get a glimpse of Taylor. The chaos caused several streets to be shut down, and locals were reportedly upset that the wedding took the town over, basically, right there. Claiming the A-list guests received special treatment. They also probably injected that community with some cash.
Thank you so much for saying that. Jack Antonoff is a longtime New Jersey person. He's a Bruce Springsteen fan. He worked at the White Pony and has always loved Jersey. So he brought all that money back. He also is Bleachers, the head of Bleachers, a great band I want you to listen to. I love that band. But he also created Taylor an entire new era. So Jack Antonoff and Taylor are sort of combined in a weird way. And this is what happens when you get a superstar out there and you invite her to the wedding knowing it's going to happen.
Is it rude to do that to a community that clearly doesn't have the bandwidth to handle that kind of star power?
I agree with Jeff. I think this brought a lot of money to it, and I think it brought attention to it. And it's one night. It's one night, and it's going to happen to celebrities. What, the paparazzi came? Yeah.
Am I wrong? I don't know. It looked pretty shut down. And those are people that were trying to enjoy themselves too.
Those are people who came out of their houses.
But the people that are stuck in their houses are regular people. I'm not saying the people gawking. I'm saying the people.
What are you talking about? All of those. This might as well be the 4th of July. Everybody's set up with their blanket and their children taking pictures. What are you?
So you'd be happy? You'd be fine if that happened on your block?
What if you owned a business there?
I've lived in major cities my entire life. Things like this happen. I don't know what the big deal is.
I don't know.
I think they just wanted a glimpse of a star.
Local.
I don't think many stars go through there like we're used to in Los
Exactly.
Angeles. I think they're there enjoying the show.
Yes,
I think if you didn't want to be part of it, you go 2 blocks over and nobody's there.
Literally.
You can go on your way. Yeah.
Well, that's where I'll be. And the other angry locals. Dang tourists. I remember there's 10 people on this island.
All right, coming up on DBL, our interview with comedian Tom Papa. He's telling us about the ghost that he has a picture of in his house. And Tori Spelling posts a photo of a hospital bracelet, but no explanation. Do you hate who changed the T's? This is way too long. You hate when people do this on social media? Well, we're going to talk about it next. Oh, there. That got
Really quick,
changed.
Tori spelling is Tori with an I. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wait, so Tori, that
So
was
Tori
not-
with a Y is very specific. Tori with an I is a little bit
But don't say
more.
it wasn't changed when I know.
Tori
it.
was.
Taylor
You know what I'm
Swift thing
saying?
wouldn't
I'm
bother
not
you?
trying to start a fight.
No, and I
I'm
also
saying it
know
was
that
changed. Don't
that
say it
Jersey, the Jersey situation is very, very, very. Sorry, there's a lot going on. I can't do so much.
Chris.
I'd want to stick around to see a picture of a ghost.
No,
so that's
that's
why
fine.
I asked her to change that too.
That's fine. But don't make it seem like I'm crazy. Like I don't.
Oh, for sure.
How you guys doing? I'm fixing a hair strand over here. That's what I'm doing, right? How was your weekend, guys? What'd you guys get into today? Tori, what'd you do?
You know what else is different than Tori with a Y?
What
Vicky.
is?
Vicky's very different.
You know what's really different? Jeray.
That is. Do people call you Jerry a lot?
Jerry.
What else?
Jerome. Because
What
I
else?
don't know why you get an extra syllable. Jerai.
Jerai.
I think
Jeray.
people panic when they see an apostrophe.
Absolutely.
There's no
I don't
apostrophe.
have one. That's the random part.
He doesn't have an apostrophe.
It's just straight through. J-A-Y.
I have an apostrophe.
You have everybody wrong in your phone. Do you
I had
spell
an
Jeff
apostrophe.
Geoff?
No, I think
Geoff.
I wouldn't put all my savings on if I nailed Schroeder. There might have been a C or an H that was sacrificed in
Do
that.
you still have Tori? Like I have Jeff DBL. Like when I first met you guys.
I think it's
Erica
bad.
too.
DBL.
I have, but Al is DLB for some reason.
It was one
And
of those
I
nights.
just
It was one of
refused.
those nights.
Here, Tori, you read your
It's
entry
to
on my
change it.
phone. Here.
DLB.
I don't know.
It was that he
Al
put it in
deal.
at the whisper lounge.
Can I hold her?
Welcome back to DBL. Tori spelling with an I. That's how she
very
spells it.
different.
Appears to be battling some sort of illness. Tori posted a photo from the hospital where she says she's been for the past 4 days. She shared a picture of her hand right there hooked up to an IV and wrote that she missed her kiddos but didn't say why. She was also, or why she was even in the hospital in the first place. Do you guys kind of hate when this is an attention grab?
This is a thing.
This is an attention
so a
grab.
thing.
You don't think so?
And I used to do it.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you're with me?
I
Because-
am with you on
so
this.
everyone's
Yeah.
like, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Yeah.
I knew Dean was a jerk. What? Right. You know, like people just,
why.
people just jump to their own
I
conclusions.
used to wear my hospital bracelet on after I'd go to the hospital if I went because I hurt my leg, and to Monday on the day after, to school. And one guy who reminds me so much of you, Jeff, went up and goes, you can just cut that off. Right? And I'll never.
I like that guy.
Josh Hirsch, bravo. And I was like, oh my God, I've never forgotten because it was such a clear. Somebody ask.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody help me.
Attention
I'm a
grab.
damsel. Like, give me a. I hate when people do this now, and it's always just like, oh, it hurts, but no explanation. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, first of all, you got to be careful because there's a lot of information
I
on those
know.
bracelets. So I was like, why would she post that on social media? But I kind of had a back and forth with this with my husband because I am being very, very clear that I'm going through IVF. And a big part of the reason why is kind of like getting ahead of other people saying things. And I apparently looked pregnant for quite some time.
Me
and
too.
I just wanted to acknowledge that this is what was happening. So I made a decision and I talked to my husband about it. Like, should I just be honest about what's going on? And so what I decided to do was take clips of every single thing that I was kind of experiencing and being like, this is the full picture of what's happening, so you can stop asking questions because I'm okay with it, and so here we are.
Right.
But it was a full story, like, hey guys, my fallopian tubes don't work, so I'm going to...
But Erica, all your posts have started like that for as long as I've known you. Like, Erica, this
I
is
hate
about
fallopian
lunch.
tube posts. It's attention
But
grab.
Every day.
and it's like, Eric, and I stand in awe of you and you as well, Tori, like, and Sam, the stuff that you guys take online about whatever you've done.
There's an
you know
article
you're
down
gonna
there, it's Tori
get it.
pregnant.
You know you're going to get it. Whatever you do, people are going to come for you. My question is something as personal as your IVF journey. I respect the fact that you put that out for people and you're going to get people to then say, I've done the same thing, it worked for us, it didn't work for us. But it's so personal. I always wonder, like, should you even have to feel obligated to do that? Because Chadwick Boseman did not.
Right, that's very true. I have an article out there. You guys can look now. Is Tori Shulman pregnant? It has pictures. It's about my husband. No, it's a recent weight gain. She's not pregnant. All this, like,
who wrote this article?
This long. You look it up right now. It's insane. And I was like shocked by it. It was written in June, right? And I gained some weight, you know, whatever. But I have a platform in which I feel it's my responsibility to be very transparent, because the people that I represent on this panel are people that aren't seen a lot. So I'm trying to be that way for people. So some people might hide that article. I'm like, go look at it, because I'd rather you see that and be like, you know, maybe I didn't wear the squeam the one day, but there's a lot of, it's the first thing that comes up when you put, is Tori Shulman pregnant?
Do you know what I hate?
It's crazy.
To end any posts when somebody writes, stay tuned.
Dude.
I'm sorry,
You know
Erica,
what?
I'm like, dude, it's not that serious. All right. Big details coming, stay tuned.
When people have an audition, like you lived in LA, big things coming, details coming soon. Hey, nerd, you had an audition.
Yeah.
That's what you do here.
Yeah.
That's your job.
It's so
Sorry.
annoying.
Sorry for being blunt. I'm that kid in Tori's high school.
You are Josher. You are.
Coming up on DBL, we're talking with comedian Tom Papa, what it's like having a wife who is also a comedian in the house.
For decades, parents have warned that giving their kids too much sugar could result in this. Kids with a whole lot of energy bouncing off the walls or on the bed. But what if sugar wasn't to blame for that burst of energy? Verify viewer Susan reached out through our website, verifythis.com, to ask if sugar highs are actually real. So Susan, let's verify. Can eating too many sweets cause a sugar high? Our sources are the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, the American Heart Association, 4 studies on the impact of children consuming sugar, and a Yale scientific blog post. You might want to sit down for this one. All of our sources agree that years of research show there is no actual link between consuming sugar and the hyperactivity known as a sugar high. Verify traced the phrase back to a diet plan devised in 1973 by Dr. Benjamin Feingold. According to a blog post from Yale Scientific, the Feingold diet advocated the removal of food additives, such as dyes and artificial flavors, from children's diets, because they might lead to hyperactivity. While Feingold's diet didn't actually suggest removing sugar, sugar was eventually grouped under the category of food additives. Since then, over a dozen studies have proven this claim to be false. In an analysis of 31 studies, researchers found that consuming carbohydrates like sugar was actually associated with higher levels of fatigue and less alertness, compared to those who did not eat or drink carbs in the study. The researchers said their findings might be used to increase the public's awareness that the sugar rush is a myth. So we can verify, no, eating too many sweets doesn't cause a sugar high. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics said the environment the child is in, like a kid's birthday party, could be to blame for the hyperactive behavior, not the sugar itself. The American Heart Association says too much sugar can lead to serious health problems, including cardiovascular disease and diabetes. With your Verify, I'm Ariante Till.
Then you travel with your family. Oh, that's hell on earth. A family vacation? Don't do that. Don't do that. Look, a family is a bad organization. It barely works at home. Why would you take it on the road?
Welcome back. I'm with Tom. When it comes to new material, Tom Papa has always known that education starts at home. Earlier, we spoke with him about his new tour and the ghost in his house. Take a look. That was good stuff.
Tom, it's so good to see you. So it's back to school season, and your youngest daughter is now starting college. So what are you looking forward to most as a new empty nester?
Oh, I don't know. My wife says that we're not allowed to use the term empty nester because it's too depressing. So we're calling it our second newlywed phase.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So apparently we're going to be going on a lot of dates.
Oh, that's fun. Things can get sexy. Speaking of your wife, she's also a comedian, and I've always wondered about the dynamic. How often are you really getting roasted by her? Is it like every night?
Yes, it's pretty much every night, but it's very subtle. It's very small, very little jabs.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Micro comedic aggressions.
Man, we just had a whole meeting about microaggressions.
Right. It's on the mind.
I think I'm doing one right now, so I'm going to stop. So we're going to switch gears here, Tom. You mentioned that you have a ghost in your house that sometimes appears on camera.
No.
This is it. Is that ghost still around?
It is still
goodness.
around.
What?
Yeah, that was my little Nest camera. I was on the road and I got an alert and I saw shadowy. Yeah, and I called my wife and there was nobody in the house. There's no one in my office.
Can we see that picture again?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
That's
it looks like he's in a trench coat.
He looks like he has a gun.
Does he have a name? Did you name him,
He
Tom?
kind of looks like the UPS driver.
Oh, wait.
I didn't name him. I'm too scared of him, but I think he is around. We have little moments where someone feels like something behind them or sees like a little something behind them.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
Tom,
You should talk to him. You should ask him what he wants.
That's right.
He
looked like he was delivering a pizza.
Maybe he's in purgatory.
Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it.
He's in purgatory. You need to help him, Tom. Tom.
I don't think you ask a man in a trench coat with a gun what he wants.
Then you need to get some holy water and sprinkle it on them walls.
Sage or something.
Yeah. Okay, so you're so well known as an upbeat comic. How do you put a positive spin on the world while still actually being funny?
Well, I think the world is always a difficult place. I think it always has been. I think we as a generation have to deal with it in our face, on our phones, giving you constant updates about all of the scary things. So I think you just have to have perspective and you have to realize we're only here for a short time. So why digest all of that and live in fear? You just kind of have to try and block it out as much as you can and get yourself some Doritos and a croissant once in a while and treat yourself well.
Like the ghost who's living for free in your home, literally.
Yes. They have a great relationship. They understand what each one wants. He wants to be left alone, and Tom, you're on the road, so everything's perfect. Now, I'm sure you saw that Kevin Hart recently filmed a special at his house on a custom-made stage. What do you think the pros and cons of doing stand-up at home are, and do you have to have a home big enough to build a custom stage? Is that part of it?
Yeah, I think Kevin has two things working in his favor there. He has probably the biggest house any of us have ever seen, so you can fit a stage, and he's also very little.
Well, Tom, it's weird. My manager has me booked at the Tom Papa Amphitheater.
What?
To perform at his. Yeah, he's got a stage at his house too. So
No way.
I cannot believe you guys believe me. Oh my goodness.
You just have to you have to put your drink on the bicycle seat of the Peloton.
That's funny. I know. Good one, Al. Okay. DBL Nation, see Tom this summer on tour nationwide. Tickets are selling fast, so grab them at tompapa.com. Thank you so much, Tom. Always great seeing you.
Congrats on the tour,
You
man.
guys are so beautiful. This array is just, you guys look so great. I love being here.
Thank you, Tom.
We love you.
anytime.
I've seen Tom more times than anybody.
Oh, good for you.
I've seen Tom probably 5 times.
What?
Yes.
Oh, now we're having
including twice in
I've
Vegas.
seen him dozens of times at the Comedy Cellar.
I've seen him 100.
I've seen him 1,000.
To infinity and beyond.
You regret saying that, Tom?
ROFL.
Oh, there you go.
Every month, 1 in 5 Americans receives a payment from the U.S. Social Security Administration. Typically, these are set payments that come like clockwork, but some recipients are wondering if they might get a bonus payment next month. So, let's verify. Will Social Security recipients receive a bonus payment in September? Our sources are the Social Security Administration and AARP. Social Security payments are sent out on a strict schedule. Most retirees get their payments on a set Wednesday each month, but those who receive supplemental security income, such as people who are disabled or blind and meet income qualifications, get their payments on the first of the month. This can be a problem if the first falls on a weekend when banks are closed, like on Sunday, October 1st, 2023. So the Social Security Administration will send out the payments the Friday before. In September, this means SSI recipients will get paid on September 1st and September 30th. But this isn't a bonus payment. They're just getting their October money one day earlier. So, no, Social Security recipients will not receive a bonus payment in September. AARP says all Social Security payments that would process on a federal holiday also get sent earlier. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Are you skeptical of headlines and what you see on social media? We are too. The Verify newsletter answers your questions, clarifies what's true and false, and even includes a daily fun fact. Go to verifythis.com/email to check it out. As hospitalizations from COVID-19 tick up this summer, people are looking for ways to treat it if they do test positive. Since the start of the pandemic, there's been chatter that anti-parasitic drug ivermectin could be used to treat the virus. Celebrities and influencers claiming the drug made them feel better quicker. However, recently Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson claimed the Food and Drug Administration quietly approved the use of ivermectin to treat COVID-19. So, is that true? Let's verify. Our sources are the Food and Drug Administration, the National Institutes of Health, and a lawsuit against federal health agencies that was brought forward by a group of doctors. The Food and Drug Administration maintains a list of FDA-approved COVID-19 therapeutic treatments on its website. There are 4 drugs on that list. Ivermectin isn't one of them. The list was last updated in May, so for good measure, we reached out to the FDA to see if maybe ivermectin was recently added. An FDA spokesperson told us it wasn't. So we can verify that the FDA did not approve the use of ivermectin to treat COVID-19. According to the National Institutes of Health, ivermectin is only FDA approved for humans to treat infections caused by some parasitic worms and head lice, and skin conditions like rosacea. So where'd the false claim come from? It appears to be a misinterpretation of a recent article published on the Epoch Times about a lawsuit filed against federal health agencies, including the FDA, by a group of doctors who prescribed ivermectin to COVID patients. The Epoch Times reported that during a hearing for the case, a lawyer representing the FDA said the FDA explicitly recognizes that doctors do have the authority to prescribe ivermectin to treat COVID. But according to court documents, the FDA's lawyer never said ivermectin is approved to treat COVID, nor did they say that doctors should be prescribing it for that purpose. They just acknowledged the doctor's rights to prescribe medicines off-label. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
Welcome back. If you enjoy drinks that might stain your teeth, like coffee, like me, the last thing you want to worry about is leaving your teeth dull and discolored. But now with Smile Active's Pro Whitening Gel, you can keep enjoying coffee and foods like blueberries, all with a dazzling white smile. In a clinical study, users saw an improvement of up to 8 shades after using the gel for just 30 days. Smile Actives is safe and effective and will work on crowns, bonding, and dentures. Order today for an exclusive buy one, get one free offer. Don't wait to get your brighter, whiter smile. Call 800-700-4040 or visit smileactives.com today. Get those pearly whites going.
Did you see that stock footage? He drank and went.
Okay.